Anyone who has ever dug into Half-Life lore has heard of BreenGrub. Some know it as the consciousness of Wallace Breen placed inside an advisor. Others know it as the Twitter account created by the game's lead writer, Mark Laidlaw, where he posted snippets revealing the lore of the advisor race and the Combine as a whole. But the problem is, nobody ever talks about what is actually written there, and that is a huge mistake. Because after reading all the posts from the very first to the last, I finally understood who is at the top of the Combine hierarchy and what mind transfer has to do with it. So, the Shu-Lathoi are the most powerful individuals in the Combine system. They used to be a separate race with immense physical abilities, sharing a collective consciousness just like the Vortigaunts. They could communicate telepathically with other creatures and even shape their own physical adult form using their minds. Interesting detail, right? In their larva grub form, their physic powers were at their absolute peak, because as they grew into adulthood, their energy shifted toward maintaining their physical bodies, and their telepathic abilities dulled. However, in the Combine hierarchy, the Shu-Lathoi are only second in command. Above them are their masters, the rulers. Who are they? Well, their appearance and name remain unknown. BreenGrub simply calls them they. But from his tweets, we learn that they are actually a rather primitive race of cosmic entities that lead an exclusively parasitic lifestyle. They create nothing and possess few skills. They are just a massive swarm of clever parasites that, like a flock of mosquitoes, latch onto other worlds, subjugate and weaponize the creatures living there, drain every single resource, and perpetuate this endless cycle of conquest and enslavement, purely to prolong the survival of their own species. A vicious cycle of pure consumption. The Shu-Lathoi were conquered by them as well, and surgically frozen in their larval state so their physical abilities wouldn't fade. They learned to inject malignant data into the shared mind of the Shu-Lathois, concepts of conquest, enslavement and control, using them as administrators of occupied worlds to receive, transmit and store critical data through their powers. So where does mind transfer come in? It's simple. They learn to make a copy of creatures' consciousness at the level of cellular memory, to later imprint it into young advisors, thereby gifting them their pre-existing knowledge. Then Earth surrendered. Wallace Breen allowed the Combine to take a copy of his consciousness as a sign of his loyalty. And it was this exact copy that awakened in an alien body sometime later, sharing this information with us over an encrypted channel in the form of those very BreenGrub tweets.